I learned that if you use other people's money, you go out and raise private equity and other people's money, they ultimately can make decisions that are not in the interest of you, your business, the people that trust you, your customers. They can make financial decisions that don't really have anything to do with your reality or your purpose. What I have learned in the environment that I'm at or that I'm in, what I took out of it that was positive, and what I took out of it that, given the opportunity and being in charge, I would not do. Some of it is cultural stuff, some of it operational stuff, some of it's financial stuff. Same with my second business. I learned that if you use other people's money, you go out and raise private equity and other people's money, they ultimately can make decisions that are not in the interest of you, your business, the people that trust you, your customers. They can make financial decisions that don't really have anything to do with your reality or your purpose. So that was a big lesson for me. So then when I started my last company, I made sure that I was in control of that, but that put a different level of responsibility and requirement on me. So when you think about how you take this information, the things that you've learned that you don't ever want to see, you don't ever want to do in an environment you don't ever want to be in, or mistakes you've made or other people you've seen make, versus the things that you see that work, the people you experience that you want to emulate or edify, or that you appreciate, the results of something that was done that you say, I'd love to have those kind of results, whatever it is on the right side that you know, if I go do something, I am going to exemplify, amplify, and magnify everything on the right side of this page, and I am going to do my darndest to eliminate or restrict any of the stuff on the left side of the page, then you will prepare yourself for going out and either starting a business, contributing at a higher level in somebody else's environment. There's nothing wrong with that. Or starting your own business. Or if you're a business owner, this might be the very thing that allows you to elevate your business to the next level of success. For me, I have those things listed out. And now what I'm doing is saying, who can I go model after that I can relate to in some fashion or another, that I can learn specific stuff from. And as I get those granular pieces of information, I'll share them. And then how do I go retool what I'm going to do next in order to create a big enough opportunity to emulate some piece of what all three or any one of the three has been able to do so far? This is exactly the methodology I used in the early 2000s when I knew I was not as good a leader as I needed to be. And that's when I found John Maxwell. I knew I was not as attentive to the granular details of operations. That's when I found Michael Gerber and Jim Collins and their bodies of work. And I knew I wasn't creating enough inspiration or big picture for my own mindset in order to continue to have the courage to challenge myself bigger, better, and further than I had in the past. And that's where I found Robert Anthony and others so that I could go out and create something that was exactly what I had thought and envisioned and dreamed of creating. And that became Audigy, my last company. And it did exactly what I had set out for it to do. My original goals was to create the largest group of independent, forward-thinking practice owners, get them all operating on the same platforms to create leverage and synergy and efficiency, help them create technology platforms and operating platforms, and a belief that was so much greater than anyone else in the industry that it would attract all the young people coming into the industry because that's where they wanted to be, because they said and did the right things to accomplish the greatest results, thus creating its own vacuum of attracting high-thinking, high-doing, high-expectation people. And over 14 years, it's exactly what we did, to where we created the largest dominating group with the most leverage, with the smallest group of people in the whole industry, to command the highest valuation, not only for our management company, but for their practices as well. Our members outperform their peer groups by 3.5 to 15 times in both revenue and earnings. And we attract the highest performing people into those practices because there's a high level of expectation of performance, a high level of discipline, a high level of accountability, but that's all amplified with the highest level of results. And people who are high performers want to work in an environment where there's a high level of results. So now you understand my methodology for how I think and how I coach businesses or individuals that work in businesses to become key contributors or build their own confidence so they can become a business owner, and how to take business owners and increase their own confidence to attract those people and then escalate the growth cycle of their businesses. And I hope for those that are listening to this that are employees, or those that are listening to this that are business owners, and this includes business owners that maybe are struggling, take this exercise and identify with your key team members why you may be struggling, and just embrace what they write down on the left side of the piece of paper. It may, if you're really honest, match what you're writing down as well. Fix those things and exemplify the things on the right side, and then move on and surround yourself with people who believe in you because you believe in them. You're inviting them to give you guidance, feedback, and input. You're focused on the things that people want to create that add the highest value, and everyone in your culture knows that's where you're moving, that's what you're doing, that you solicit their input and you care, and then go focus on what matters absolutely the most, which is everyone's energy 110% pointed on conquering the opportunity so everyone can grow personally, professionally, and financially while they're pursuing their passion inside of whatever you're doing, while you're going out and conquering.